All right, so welcome everybody. This is for my financial algebra class. This is your midterm kind of project about the social media persona canvas. Okay, so here's directions on how I want you guys to do it. So if you have any questions after watching this video, please come find me or talk to me. But we had talked about this in class, but like I said before, some of you may have not really been paying attention, or you kind of need a refresher. So let's go over what I want from you guys. So you're going to create what's called a persona canvas. Okay, a persona is going to be represent the largest potential groups of users for your product. Okay, so it's going to be kind of research based on what you want to do and where you want to sell your product. Now, you can either choose the business you're working on as a group, or you can choose to branch out and create a different business altogether. Okay, I know some of you aren't really into the entrepreneur project the way I'd hoped you would be, and so this is kind of your setup. So what you want to do is make sure you have your name. There is no partner on this one. I originally was going to maybe make this partner, but there isn't one, so just know that it's just your name on there. It's required. Also required are negative, positive trends, headaches, opportunities, fears and hopes. The zip code lookup worksheet is going to be filled out and attached to the back of a 12 by 18 piece of paper. Now you will get this paper and this zip code lookup from me in class, okay? And then I want to make sure you have different colors of clothing, what your persona would look like, so give me some colors to it. And then also the other thing you received was a social media plan team, okay, so that you're going to fill out. Now, what you want to do is, before you begin, is you're going to find your location, okay? So these are the two websites you can use to do it. This is kind of, we already did this exercise once before, but I want to make sure you guys understand how to do this again and make it more towards you and relatable to you, okay? So this is the rubric. Now, this is on the social media canvas. I gave you guys this. Okay, this is what I expect from you guys, that you would have the social media plan laid out for you. Okay, that you guys would do these steps in general. And then when you do the steps, that you give me 3 or more examples per step, and I'll explain that. What I mean by the negative influences, the positive influence, the hopes, the fears, all those on there. I'll explain all that to you. This one, the social media plan, we'll go through that. That's different. Sorry. It's a worksheet that you guys get that you have to fill out completely, okay, from front to back, and that'll be my next thing I'll show you. What you want to work on is your negative and positive trends, headaches and opportunities. All of these have 3. If you can only list me 2, you'll get a 3 on your rubric. Okay, the fears and hopes, same thing. Neatness of color. Okay, draw the lines well. Make this a nice project. Okay, I don't want it in black and white. If you do that, give me in black and white, then you'll probably get a 1 on this, and that's off your points. And then spelling and capitalization. Okay, I'm really wanting to make sure you guys spell your words correctly and capitalize everything like you're supposed to. You're seniors, most of you in this class, and so it's up to you to make sure you can do these things efficiently and appropriately. So it's out of 32 points. Okay, so 8 from the front, 24 from here, and we'll go from there. So your first thing you're going to do is the zip code lookup. And what you want to do is find a zip code that is relative to you and what you want. I would recommend working backwards on this sheet. So start with the ESRI website. So pick a place where you want to live, okay, or go. So when I start with the ESR website, it asks for a zip code, okay? So here is the blown out version of the beautiful Phoenix, Metro, Gilbert, all this wonderful area, okay? Within this area, you would want to pick out where you want to do business. Okay, some of you, when it's blown out like this, you may not be able to see it completely, okay, but when you zoom in, it will give you roads, okay? If you guys can see, this is the 60 that goes right through here. All right, this is the loop 202 that comes around the back side where you guys live. Okay, this is the 10. This is the 10, Highway 10 that goes down to Tucson, comes up through Phoenix and goes this way, and then of course the 10 continues going west. Right here it turns left at Phoenix and goes towards California. Sorry, brain fart right there. So what you want to do is pick an area where you want to do business at. So for my particular example, okay, I picked this particular area in Phoenix, which is right off the 10 and the 202. This is the Ahwatukee area. So what I would do is go into make record of the zip code, which is 85048. Okay, and then what you do is you click on that, and you would go on your worksheet and you would put in your zip code. So I'm going with 85048. Okay, it is considered Phoenix even according to what's listed on the ESRI, but so you can put Phoenix if you want. Okay, when I did my example, it would be, and I think I'm spelling this wrong. This is not right. I know it's a double E at the end. I think that's an E right there. Ahwatukee. Okay. I'll look it up and get it right. I had a worksheet I showed you guys in class. It's kind of the same thing. So what you would do is you would use the same zip code over here. Okay, 85048, and then you would look up the information. So let's go to the zip code generator. So I have that. You go to the zip code U.S. Census Gov Bureau. If you type in what I asked you guys to type in, okay, that's on the worksheet. Your address is going to be right here at the top. You type it into the Census Gov, type in your zip code, and for me, it actually brings up, so let me delete this and I'll go 8. It brings up Phoenix. It's okay, so it's a larger portion of Phoenix. Now I'll go through here and copy all my data down that I need to copy down. Okay, percentages of ethnicity, people under the age of 18 versus people over 65 in Phoenix. Housing prices. So in this particular zip code, the housing units are $197 and $197,000. Actually, in the area I'm looking for, it's a little bit more than that, and I'll show you why I know that in a second. We have the median income. So you would just start writing all this stuff down. Okay, so the median income for Phoenix is right here, $52,080. So knowing that information, I'd write it down. So I'd go to my zip, and you would just write down on the left-hand side right here. So you'd write in your males, you would write in the female percentage. Okay, now it only gives you female. So for example, on mine, if I go back to the Census Bureau, I believe my female is, where did it go? I know it's up here. Populations, female personas, 50.2. Nice. So 50.2 is females, so that means if this is 50.2, I know over here this is going to be 49.8, okay, because that would make 100%. Put your percentages in as you go along. Percentage of African Americans, Native Americans, others, Asia. Now, other would basically be add all these numbers up, and then you would subtract it from 100. So it'd be 100 minus whatever you get to there is your percentage. Okay, hopefully you guys understand, because percentage would be 100%. Median home value, go ahead and put that in. Rent, household income for Phoenix. We had said it was 52. And then you go from there. Okay, so one aspect you want to make sure as you go along here is that you guys understand what I want you to put in. Other facts needed. So for me, I'm doing an online business. Okay, so when I scroll down here to the bottom, I start getting some more very interesting things. So with an online business, I see that 86% of the people in Phoenix have access to a computer, and 77% have access to or have an internet subscription. So that's good for me, okay, because that's what I want to go for. I also want to know that everybody, for what I'm going for, the average commute time is 25.4 minutes to Phoenix. And then the median household, that's something that doesn't really matter, but we have. So here's why I know that it's more costly to live in Ahwatukee. If the median income is $52,000, when you go into the ESRI website, you'll have all of these incomes in this area right here. Okay, so when you click on it, it automatically comes up. So this is my section. The median income you can see for the county is 56. But for my particular zip code, it's 94,000. So that's almost what? That's $40,000 more, $42,000 more than the average person. Okay, so I want to take that information, and I'm going to, sorry, that's my picture I'm going to show you in a bit. I'm going to write all that down on this side. So once you're done with the left-hand column, you work on the right. you go into the ESR website. My first thing here is professional prides. Okay, so I want to read a little bit more about it. Professional pride, what are they? Okay, and then you go into your thing here and you would start typing it in. So I would write professional pride. Okay, personal pride. I want the percentage. So my percentage of professional pride people are 39.3%. Okay, so it's 39.3. And then you give a little description. All right, so according to this, they are well-educated career professionals. They often commute and work long hours. Okay, so they are professionals that commute a long way, which is obvious. In Ahwatukee, it is a long way, and they work long hours. All right, and you guys get the drift. You just fill it out. I don't want to take all the whole video doing it. My next one, number 2, would be soccer moms. So I'd put soccer moms down at 21.7%. I'd write that down, and then young and the restless is the bottom one, where they're educated, well workers, okay, but they rank their phones and internet are a way of life. There's another feature that's on here. If you click on this, click for more details, another segment will pop up. Now, this is just kind of like an overall arching thing, where young and restless means they're usually midtown singles like this is. This is for the whole United States, okay? So the median age for this group is 29.8, okay? So it's one of the younger markets, primary single households with some shared households, okay? High mobility market, you guys can see that. Renters, there's a lot of renters in the Ahwatukee area. It's not what I want, but it's there for knowing that if one of these people were to eventually go for having a student or a kid, that's kind of what you're shooting for. For me, in my personal business, I'm shooting for the upper 2 margins. Okay, so after you get done filling all of this out, okay, and you go down the median income, the graduation, is this urban, suburban? This is my kind of a suburban area. And then you list any other facts you might need in relation to your project. Okay, kind of like what I did over here with the computers and the internet. I need that for my project. Okay, you guys may not. You might pick something else out. But look at it and kind of understand what we're shooting for here, okay? Now, once you get this filled out, then you can go into your social media team plan sheet. So let me zoom back in on this because I had to zoom out for a functionality here. So where did it go? Oh, it's probably in our file. Nope. There it is. Zoom. 100%. Nope, wrong way. Dang it. All right. So when I go to the zoom here, let me finish here. Page width. All right, good. Here we go. So you put your name at the top. Okay, XYZ. Social media plan for your project. Okay, you don't need to put your project name. If you want to name it, you can. It would be your business style. Okay, so for me, I did Stigermath Services LLC. And then you want to tell me your demographic. So what you do is you will use all the information from the prior sheet, this sheet right here, and you would transcribe that into this aspect. Okay, so I know my demographic traits for who I'm looking for my particular customer is, and this is what I'm shooting for. So let me go to the end here. So this is what I'm shooting for, is this aspect right here. So here's a nice little picture that I have up. So if you guys want to freeze this on YouTube, you'll kind of get a little glimpse. All right, this is your project you're actually going to physically draw out by identifying negative and positive trends, opportunities, headaches. So I'm looking to, and you see the need that's in the middle right here. Parents need help ensuring their student succeeds in math. That is the business plan I'm going to provide. Some of you in here, if you're going to do cosmetology, of course you'd be doing Cosmo. If you're going to go down another rabbit hole, like I have some welding gentlemen, they're going to do it. I have some clothing people that are going to for clothing. If you're going to do like services and entertainment, you need to go for a younger demographic, right? So pick out the demographic you're going for and give me an illustration of what you have, okay? So this is my clientele. And this clientele, a positive trend would be a stable home life with long staying power. I know that because if I were to go to the Census Bureau site again, if I go back here, it talks about in the transportation aspect of it, or the housing, excuse me, that people right here living in the same house 1 year ago, 83%. Okay, 82.7. So that means that people aren't really moving a lot within this area yet. Okay, so it's stable. So on my sheet, that's why I put on here stable house. Local area is family oriented and has many opportunities to get together. That's true because it's professional and it's soccer moms. There's a bunch of families within that area. If you don't know what the area looks like, you can always go to Google Maps and kind of see. And then for me, positive trend is high rate of computers and internet service because that's what I want to look for. Okay. Negative for me is not being at home. This commuter not being at home allows their child the freedom to not do work. Many of you guys are fully aware of that aspect. Expectations to be successful and to be able to spend freely any amount of money you have creates bad habits. And that's more related towards a teen aspect, okay? Sometimes, and you guys all have friends, and we talked about this in class, they just don't have any idea how money works. So that's the kind of aspect. And then pressure to succeed. You guys can look at the headaches, the fears, the hopes. So what I'm doing is I'm identifying the major clientele that I want that to target for the Stigermath Services LLC. And then what you would do is you put in the demographic traits. You can get all this stuff off of everything that we'll have. Social media, I have an older clientele, so it's going to be Facebook, it's going to be Pinterest and Instagram. I might do a little bit of Twitter. I'm definitely going to not do Snapchat or any of the other ones that we had talked about before, okay? I'm not going to do Tumblr. I might have a little bit of YouTube. I will hit LinkedIn, okay? LinkedIn is geared towards professionals, so I will be hitting LinkedIn on that. So on this one, definitely it would be LinkedIn, okay? All right, that's a big one for me because if you're hit a professional market, then you go through and here's an outline of why I did what I did. Okay, you guys have that. Your persona. This is what you're creating. Okay, and then the third page, you'd work on this as well. Okay, what common wants or desires? What needs do your audience have? So for me, the needs you would want. I know the needs of my particular goal is that students need help, parents need help, ensuring that students get the success they need. Okay. As a parent, my biggest fear is that my child will not succeed. And so I know that that's the way it is, and so I would go from there. My theme would be making sure that the parents understand that I'm here to help them and that they can succeed for me. Okay, and then type of media, how would I do it? Just give me some ideas on this, guys, okay? This is for you. The one thing I will say is this back page was a no. Okay, we had talked about we're not going to do this communication aspect. Okay, and then that's it. So you fill those things out, you make this poster, you get this paper from me, and that's your midterm. You have until Thursday to finish it, please, because I'd like to get this in the grade book. If you have any questions, come see me. Hopefully you guys understand what I'm shooting for you guys and what I want you to do. I want you to broaden your horizons, pick your business, and when you pick a business, you have to pick a target market. No matter what you do in life, you have to identify who you want to help and what their needs are. And both of these things combined together should get you thinking about that, okay? What are the needs of those people? Mine would be parents of teens, my audience, okay? The needs is that parents need help with the teenagers especially because they start to lose track of where they're going. My job for my math services would be to provide them a way to log into a computer, to find the additional help, and maybe to provide some one-on-one service via like a webcam or another feature like that. I could tutor them from home or something like that. So that's kind of the thing that I'm looking for. For me, I don't know if I'll ever do anything like that, but for you, you never know. Okay, you figure out what you want to do and make this business your own. If you have any questions, come see me. Good luck and get it done.